Thank you for staying with us. And we are back on a Voting Thursday activities. But today we are hearing from the king who is wrapping up his second tenure on the what's happening as king of what's happening Abuja. I have some messages here. The people are beginning to speak. Please be sure to joining on the conversation and let's know how we can improve, whether as he wraps up or even after he's gone. We'd like to hear from you. It's about taking matters of governance into our hands, especially as it concerns the FCT here, and it's so important that we're part of this. You need to be doing more than just talking in 2025, okay, so that we can feel the impact together, okay? We're streaming live. You can go to our Facebook or YouTube channels at Nigeria Info Abuja, and you can be part of the conversation there as well. Right, so let's get in on the messages. All right, before the message, there was something that the king said that caught my attention very much, and I would like for distinguished Senator Alade Somi to address it because he brought up your name when he was talking about forwarding the white paper, having the committee sit and look at matters of using the children being taken off the streets to attend to matters of insecurity in FCT. He mentioned your name, distinguished senator. I hope you're listening. And just in case I don't hear from her, perhaps Pastor TJ can come back and talk about it. You said that you were going to forward the report through Senator Aduda. Why not through Senator Kingibe? Why is Senator Aduda the channel by which you're forwarding the report to the FCT minister? I'd like to get clarification on that. So, Senator Alade Somi, since he brought your name up in the process, I'd like to hear from you. Please do call in or send a message. And if I don't hear from you, I'd like to hear from Pastor TJ on that. But let's go back to the messages, okay? This one says, good morning, Nigeria Info. Having listened to Pastor TJ, I can categorically say that man is blessed with wisdom as leadership qualities. Room for improvements, but when you listen to the king, you see hope. You see hope and success. Pastor TJ, my name is Victor Sancho from Madala, and I am your fan. God bless you with the good work. Thank you for your message, Victor Sancho. Let me also use the opportunity to say, Victor, would very much like for you to step up from being a fan to being an active participant in the matters of governance in the FCT. Perhaps for Madala, you can weigh in next time, either as a can he be a senator now because Madala is not in the FCT? Perhaps there's another consideration that we'll need to look into as we go into the year. But thank you, Victor, for your message. Just wanted to poke you there a little bit. There's another one here. Jay from Gariki says, to me, wonderful report by the king. To make it sustainable, the Nigerian Info family can create a scholarship fund / a GoFundMe account in collaboration with the Usang for God Foundation, who can administer the funds annually to get these kids to primary 6. Assuming, Jay, that these are primary school students that they've sent back to school, because I'm very sure that there are some secondary school students in there. But I mean, that's a suggestion that they can look into. It says, I'm sure Nigerian Info FM listeners will not mind contributing their 2 cents to the fund. Jay from Gariki, thank you for your message. All right, where are my callers? Let's talk more on this. What else can be done? What other corrections can be made? How can we make this something that the incoming government will not just throw to the side? And by that, we need to talk about setting up systems in place. Perhaps what Jay spoke to can be considered as a system, but are there other ways that we can ensure that children in the schools are taken off the streets? I must say, a commendable initiative if the committee is actually able to, partner with the FCT administration on this, because we know that the FCT minister is keen on taking beggars off the streets, and where these beggars are children, it will not just be taking them off, but ensuring that there are things that are being done to rehabilitate them or position them better. If they need to go back to school, they go back to school. If they need to learn a skill, they learn a skill. But one way or the other, they're not just taking children off the streets and we don't know what happens there. Something is going on. Hello, Ote. All right, call me. Let's talk. 07009510000, 009-597-4869, and 009-993-0137. Let's talk. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Welcome.
What's happening? Abuja.
Energy. Welcome.
Abuja. My name is Salasi. I say Happy New Year to Somi.
Happy New Year, Salasi. Where is the billionaire? He'll be here with you for Monday.
Okay.
Yes.
I just want to appreciate the king of what is happening in Abuja, Pastor Pleasure from Dubai, and the Senate President, the Deputy Senate President, and all the senators of what's happening in Abuja. Honestly, I want to sincerely appreciate them. In fact, I want to even commend your radio station. By bringing for this call, you can see now how people are getting touch in one way or the other. I want to sincerely appreciate Engineer Musali, the owner of Engineer Ito, and the workers, you guys. In fact, taking children out of Abuja is a great concern. What is this Pastor Dubai always talk about that? I want to sincerely appreciate you for that. Sincerely appreciate you. Thank you for always giving us the platform to call and contribute. I say Happy New Year. In this New Year, great things shall happen to our children, to happen to our loved ones, to happen to each and every one of us. What's happening? Abuja! Nagode. Coming for Ibadan.
Nagode. Ibadan? Salasi, you're in Ibadan?
Yes. I'm in Ibadan.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for taking us with you to Ibadan. I hope Ibadan is treating you well.
Yes. If I come, I'm coming with Amala for you.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Salasi. Thank you. All right, on Facebook here, Lorena Andrade. Lorena, if you are listening, I'm hoping I don't get this wrong. If you're a female, Lorena, if you're listening, I notice you usually have a challenge and you're always asking that we take off our headphones, something about the audio on Facebook. A clash. Okay, Lorena, I'm going to try and see if I can work. Chances that I'll be able to work without my headphones is very slim, but I'm definitely getting them to take a look at what always affects you whenever you're listening. And I've noticed it almost all the time on Facebook. You always have this challenge. We'll see about addressing it, okay? Thank you so much for your message. All right, we are assessing the king and what he's done thus far and seeing how we can improve. Do we have any other contributions? All right. Stephen from Guagua says, please, how do I join Nigeria Info Fans WhatsApp group? We'll send you the link, Stephen. Akafred from Sileja says, I'm so happy with this king and his other elected one. What is that? Okay, I believe you mean the senators. He says they're doing great. If there's a third, I will ask them to continue. Do you mean a third term? I'm going to leave that matter to the billionaire to handle. But like I said, it's not that they're not doing great and it will not be bad if they continue. It's just we would like for other people to get involved in the process of governance. So the senators especially are on their third term, if I'm not mistaken. And then it's up to you as the listeners, as the citizens of this office now of the Federal Capital Territory to say, are we keeping them there because they have done so well or there are things that we want them to continue in? That's why we don't want them to go. Or are you keeping them there because you are not willing to get involved in the matters that concern you or, your area council or the constituencies that these people represent? Is it a matter of, oh, well, they're there, let them just be there now, nothing spoil? Is that the reason why you want them to be there? Which is why I'm almost everyone who's chatting in, I'm saying, okay, you like what they're doing, how about you get involved as well? Because really and truly, we've had people who have come on and they've said that so many times. We must get involved in the processes ourselves. Don't be so comfortable with the people that are there, especially if you know that you can contribute to the process and then you can make it even more effective, okay? Hello, good morning. Hello? Okay, it's reconnecting. Courier is the name I'm seeing here. Kindly call me back. I can't seem to hear you on WhatsApp, okay? I'll call the other numbers, all right? 070009510000 or 0809-597-4869, 0809-9930137. So yes, Pastor TJ Ogunlade, Senator Alade Somi, if you're listening, Senator VDM or Vanessa Alade Somi. Hey, did we just say VDM? Not VDM, please. Not very dark man. VDA. That's That's what they call her in the parliament, Senator VDA, Vanessa Alade Somi. I would like to get some clarification on that. If Senator is not calling in, I want to hear from Pastor TJ. Pastor TJ, you can chat me and let me have a message if you can't call in, or call in. I'm very keen on why you were going through Senator Aduda, who's not the current senator of the FCT, to get to the FCT minister, as opposed to going through our current FCT, senator of the FCT, which is Senator King Ibe. Okay. Ambassador Afam is sending a message to Gabriela, not Somi, but he's speaking about Pastor TJ, so I take it that that's a mistake. He says, Pastor TJ is a king with a difference. We need to keep the work going. Okay. How do we keep the work going, Ambassador Afam? How do you suggest that he can keep the work going? Let's help with these suggestions. Again, I've also asked the question about the sustainability of the project, especially for the children who are already in school. You know, there are levels to keeping it going. Is it that we need to ensure that these children's fees are paid until they are done with school? And then from there, we hand them over to like the Vocational Resource Center. Dr. Osang for God's Foundation has been mentioned a lot in this. Are there any other vocational resource centers that, you know, can be made available for these children to assess post their school days while they're waiting for a job, if they're willing to, you know, go and get a 9 to 5, or perhaps it's something that they want to just learn a skill and then, you know, go ahead and support their parents from there. Pastor TJ also mentioned the fact that apart from the children, the parents themselves are also, you know, a focus point, because if the parents are continuously impoverished, somehow the children will be forced to come back out of school. So when you say we need to keep it going, we'd like to hear how you suggest, you know, make your suggestions known to the king and his parliament, so that, you know, by the time they're wrapping up, both his tenure and their tenure, we have a process document, so to speak, or sort of something that is readily available if another administration comes in and takes up office. They say, okay, there are systems already in place. You don't need to start building something from scratch. You can just take this and work with it. But if you leave nothing, no systems in place, then it will be very, very easy for this laudable project to just be swept under the rug, because and they're well within their right to, the next king might have a different manifesto to pursue, right? All right, so let's hear why we're going. Okay, this is not Pastor TJ. Justice of Peace is calling back. Hello?
Yeah, I think it's Justice of Peace, ma.
Yes.
I was thinking VD.
Are you there, Justice?
On her behalf. Can you hear me, ma?
Say that again, please. Justice of Peace.
That Pastor TJ talks about.
Yes, go ahead. Justice of Peace, we seem to be having network issues. Please call me back. If you can call on the main line, that would be appreciated. I believe you're trying to answer the question I asked. Okay, so let's have you call back. I mean, it was an interesting thing that you said then, so I would like to get the clarification. All right then. Okay, this one is still waiting for the link. Don't worry, sir, you're gonna get it. Okay. Let's get back to the phone lines, shall we? Hello. Okay, call me up. Let's get involved. Hello? Hello?
Hello, ma. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Welcome back.
Yeah, just for peace. Yeah.
Justice. Justice of Peace, the network where you are is problematic. Can you hear me?
Education of young men, or like from primary to junior secondary. Can you hear me?
I mean, it keeps cutting. And I can't hear you again. Call me back on the main line, Justice of Peace, please. Hello?
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry, I need to clear something. You said something about we going to Abuja, not King Gibe.
I heard you say that. Yes, please clarify.
Yeah. I'm really sorry for even saying that, but the truth of the matter is that we know what is going on. I really need the support of the senator representing FCT. We need their support also. We need to meet with her also. But why I mention Aduda is that if you watch clearly, if you be true to yourself, Aduda is a very close ally to Wike. They are one 6 and 7, and Dubai is I'm sorry, I'm always mentioning Dubai. Nigeria is who know. I know to get across to Aduda is very easy for me. If I can get through the Kingibe, there's no problem. But I think that's why I make sure I do that, because I know that very, very close friend, and I know I can go through that. Aduda is pretty easy for me to get through Aduda. That's why I make sure that set up. And concerning the sustenance of the school, children in school, that is one of the things we are putting before the government, because we don't want the social white children will go back to the street again, and we want government to look into that. Number one. Number two, I love the idea somebody brought about getting some NGO involved. I think Sound for God Foundation will be a very good instrument in that aspect. Because that man, he has a lot of a very good program that we can depend on. Sound for the God Foundation can be of a great help. I think we should look towards that. And I want to call on all well-meaning Nigerians who really love what is going on through this station to come in. There's no amount of money that is too small. They get across to Usang for God's Foundation. Any money that you donate to that foundation will get across to the children, so we can sustain the children in school and get more back to school. That's why I call to clear.
All right, then. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for clearing that up. It was important that I asked that question, even though somebody is here accusing me of bringing politics into the issue. Let me first of all read your message so that I can address you properly. Salisu Suleiman from Galadima says, please, Somi, don't bring politics into this issue. If he said he's using Senator Aduda, I think there is no problem with that. Aduda was a former senator in FCT, and you know how close he is to the minister. Okay, so Salisu Suleiman from Galadima, me asking why they were doing that. If you see that as bringing politics into decision, I think that there's a problem there with your point of reasoning, because it's only right for me to ask, seeing as Senator Aduda is not the current senator of the FCT, right? And from Pastor TJ's response, he spoke to two reasons why. One of them is that it's easier for him to get through to Aduda than it is for him to get through to Senator Kingibe, which is very, very, reasonable, and he's very well within his rights if he chooses to do that. But when he also said, we all know what is happening, just because we know what is happening does not mean that where there is there's sort of a break in communication or a break in process, then we should also encourage it by the processes that we are, using on this platform. Because if I want to speak to matters of FCT and I need the senator to speak to matters of FCT, I will not go to Aduda. I will call Senator Kingibe. If it is that we cannot reach her, it's a different matter. If it is that it is not easy to reach her, it is a different matter, right? But at the same time, if I need answers on it, I will still find a way to get through to her or her office, rather than going through to Aduda. So when you say that I'm bringing politics into this, then you really should check yourself, because there is no politics in finding out why the correct process is not being followed. And he has explained and is well within his rights to follow the process that he's following. But to say that I'm asking a question is politicizing it, then you should check yourself, Salisu Suleiman. I believe you are part of the reason why we are having the issues that we're having in this country. You can't tell me not to ask a question. That's very wrong of you. All right? Ambassador Afam says, for me to keep the work going is continuity. He says, whosoever is taking over from Pastor TJ should continue with the project. I totally agree with you. And that's what we're trying to find out, what systems that they have in place so that we can ensure that it continues, even if another person comes into office. All right. Dr. Pete from Asokore says, what's happening in Abuja? He says, to me, you have touched on a crucial area for constitutional amendment. Madala, Maraba, One Man Village, and so on are not parts of the FCT. There are many ardent listeners and participants of Nigeria Info residents in these parts of Nasarawa State. As the waves don't respect map boundaries, there are some parts of Nasarawa closer than Abaji. Even the American Constitution has had many amendments. My suggestion is that you create a senatorial seat representing the good and not so good people of Nasarawa State. I so submit. Thank you for that submission, Dr. Pete. It's a very important one, and like I said, it's definitely something that the billionaire would look into. We can't say that we would not address them when we're asking for updates, we do get information from those parts. And very rightly, you said some of these parts are closer than even some of the parts of the area councils we're addressing. So I believe it will be taken into consideration. Okay. Good morning. I am Toyibo Temidaya from Lambata Kwali. I am believing Senator Ajuda Philip will be a good addition to Wike and Abuja administration. That's for you to believe. Congratulations to you on that, but that's not the issue on ground. Let's see. Someone here saying the truth is that you will not get to Wike through King Ibe. You know that. You see these things, You see these things. How do I put this now without sounding like I am agitated? Someone is already saying, calm down. No, so here's the thing. Whatever is happening between the FCT minister and the senator of the FCT, you think that it's just something that we should gloss over and move on, but you'll be shocked how it will affect you as a resident of the FCT. And so whatever politics is being played in that area, we would very much like to not encourage it. We would like a situation where we have a working relationship between the two, that they are not working in tandem is affecting us in the FCT. And so when it comes to passing legislation that is concerning the FCT, Senator Aduda will not do that, no matter how close he is to Wike at the moment. So if people really feel that this is the situation, and you, as Pastor TJ said, we all know what is happening, how about we take a position as residents of the FCT to have a conversation or have a platform where we are not going to end up suffering for whatever is happening at the top. Remember that adage that says when two elephants are fighting, it's the grass that suffers. You are here taking sides, not knowing that you are suffering, even with the sides that you're taking. So let's face the crux of the matter here. And that's why it was important for me to understand why Pastor TJ was going the route that he was going. And he has explained, and I have no issues with his explanation. But at the same time, does that mean, and like when he said, if he can reach Senator Kingibe, he will definitely not have a problem with that. What's wrong with playing both sides? What's wrong with trying to do both at the same time? Because at the end of the day, this is a crucial issue, and we cannot have it suffer on the altar of politics, of politicking that is happening at the top. So please, let's stay on course. Let's stay on the issue here. I asked a very valid question. I've gotten my answer, and we will move on. All right. Hello, Somi. What's happening in Abuja? He says Pastor TJ from Dubai can connect with Senator Kingibe through her SA Public Communications, and I have a contact. God bless you, Isaac from Communications. These are the kind of things that we want to see. These are the kinds of information that we want to get, because these are programs that will cover us. He even lets us know, Isaac lets us know, that the senator has programs covering educational challenges. And as much as you are thinking that you're rushing to the FCT minister, what if he doesn't have these programs? And we know he's keen on a lot of things, but there are certain things on his list of priorities. So if we have a senator who is addressing it now, like I've gotten word that she is, then please, by all means, we will try to reach her as well. Okay? This one that is saying I should come, Jay from Gaiki, leave me. All right, then. All right, I have a report here, and I'm going to take that. But let me take this call as we're about to wrap up on Voting Thursday activities. Hello, good morning. Compliments of the season to you.
My name is Kelechi. I'm calling you from Cuba.
From where?
Cuba.
Welcome, Kelechi. Talk to me.
Thank you. I've been listening. The one that prompted me to call is when you said somebody in Madonna is not part of this constituency.
It will.
The FCT constituency, it doesn't mean the physical territory. FCT constituency means all of us who are on this platform, all of us, even though somebody is in the East and is hearing us, is a member of this constituency, is extended that way.
Okay. I've heard you, honestly, and even before you called, I really do think it's something that we need to take under advisement. Imagine that you have a king in Dubai who is coordinating affairs here in the FCT. I believe we're not too far from having, the likes of you, our listeners, who are just on the fringes of the FCT, to be involved in this thing. So yes, we have taken it under advisement, and I will ensure, because I will no longer be here, from Monday, I will definitely make sure that the billionaire looks into it. And £99, who is our umpire, also considers that, because it is only fair if we do that. If Pastor TJ can be a king from Dubai, and wade into matches. I even got city updates from him today. Then it's only fair. So thank you again. We're constantly looking for ways to improve, and we appreciate your contribution. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, please.
Yeah, my name is Comrade Williams.
Welcome. Where are you calling me from?
I'm calling from Katapel 1, Papi, actually.
Go ahead.
Okay, just like your pastor said before, you understand? I seriously believe him. Number one, you've done well by asking that question. You asked about why going to Philip Aduda, former Senator Philip Aduda, instead of Ajayi. You see, it's obvious that to assess former senator is easier than to assess UAC. I worked for her very, very hard in the election, but immediately after the election, she doesn't answer. She doesn't even talk to me. Like, she became so inaccessible. So you cannot be expecting me that can go somewhere here and assess Philip Aduda and tell Philip Aduda what I want to what I want him to know. That will start first year in SPC, because I'm talking about SPC, and they're expecting me to go and start wasting luxury time trying to discuss with Agile University. She became seriously, you can't reach her, all the messages, all the text messages, you know these things. And sometimes I see those things like a camera. I don't permit me not to go that way, because
please don't go there.
After election, you can't reach her.
Mm.
Then immediately after a minister, then she can't reach minister. Are you getting it?
I'm with you.
So she can't reach minister. We that worked for her can't reach her.
Okay.
And the way the elephants are fighting, just like you said, we are going to suffer for it. There are messages I sent to her because of the accident that's been happening in Papa Junction, killing people all the time, trainers, no reply. I sent her a message on what we can do. They used to reply to me. We worked together. I wrecked my car when I was working for, like, trying to, during the election time. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
My plan was, like, to see if we can talk to one of our leaders, including Chief of Staff, what is his name again? Major Amena. Sorry, I'm forgetting the position in the hurry. So, if we can meet some of those elder statements, so that we can go and see the way we can reconcile both of them.
All right.
Because
your time is up, sir. I have a commercial break.
Okay,
but thank you. Thank you for your contributions. Thank you.
So much pulp. So many ways to pulp it. He gulps it. She chews it.
This is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
This is Nigeria Info. This is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
This is Nigeria Info. This is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
This is Nigeria Info. This is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
This is Nigeria Info. This is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
This is Nigeria Info. This is Nigeria Info.